Dude, how'd you cut up your face? This is Act My Age. Lessons from a guy who's old enough to know better. I'm Brother Russ. Today's topic, shaving. Yay. Two basic things. I've been watching a number of men's style channels recently, and I see stuff about shaving. And there are two basic topics I just want to address today regarding that. One is that if you watch a lot of these channels, they're pushing all these shaving clubs, these subscription services that send you razors every month, supposedly high quality and low cost, etc., etc. I started looking at that and I thought, this really doesn't match my pattern. So I started looking around and I found something that seems to be pretty much the same sort of quality for a lot less price, at least the way I shave, and that is Dorco. This is not some sort of arranged video. I'm not being paid. I'm not getting some sort of kickback, but Dorco. They sell some very good cartridge shaving products if you're into that. I found that first off, they had a special when I was looking for a basic razor and a couple blades for something like $5 postage paid. So I was like, okay, well, I'll try this out. I was impressed with it, and then before long, of course, I started getting the emails from them, and they started running a sale. So they had a big sampler pack of a number of different razors and disposable razors and blades and all sorts of stuff for normally like $48 or something like this, and they had it half price, so it was less than $25 postage paid. So I got it. I've been using that exclusively for over 6 months now. I am nowhere near half done with that package. So for less than $25, I have a lot more than a year's worth of shaving that I'm going to get out of that package. So I'm thrilled to death. So once again, this is not sponsored. I'm not making any money off of this, but if you're looking for a source that's cheaper, certainly cheaper than the department store brands, the big name brands that will, they'll cost you $25 will cost you, for a couple of razor kits with 5 blades each. You could run that. So you can save a lot of money. Take a look at Dorco. I'll try to put the link down below inside the description. But the second thing, actually the bigger thing, I was watching a few of these videos, and I've seen at least 2 of these men's style people, young fellows, good content, doing some good stuff. But one of them was doing old school shaving, with the bowl, and you put the cream in and you whip it up, and that is great. That is terrific. If that's your thing, every guy's got to have a hobby. So if shaving is fun for you, go for it. Knock yourself out. No complaints about that. But the thing that got me about his presentation was that, make sure that you have a styptic, one of those little aluminum block things that you press on to stop the bleeding. And I was thinking, this is weird because, this young fella, I think he works as a model sometimes. So, he's got skin as clear as a baby's butt. There's no obstructions, no nothing. Why is he cutting himself? I couldn't quite figure that out. And then another young fella was doing a thing on shaving, and I think he was doing more of the cartridge stuff, the sort of standard shaving cream, et cetera, et cetera. And he said, if you're cutting yourself, it's because your shaving cream isn't high enough quality. And that's kind of wrong. You can improve things with a higher quality shaving cream, yes, but you're not dealing with the root problem. The problem is not the quality of your shaving cream, and if you're cutting yourself, the problem is not the quality of your shaving cream or your procedure or your face map. There's actually a really simple way to deal with both of these things. And that is your face, your prep. And we live in an age where it's like, splash some warm water on it to soften the bristles and then shave. Yeah and no. The whole idea of the prep is to get the skin ready. More than just splashing warm water, hot water on the follicles and get them to loosen up or whatever. No, you have to get it so it penetrates the skin. If you look at the way barbers used to do it in the old days, you see any sort of old movies, black and white films, the barber would come with that hot, steaming hot cloth, and he would put it on the face, and he wouldn't just leave it there for 5 seconds. It was on there for a while. Why? Because the skin had to open up, it had to breathe, it had to soften, it had to move. Once you get it into that state, guess what? Shaving cream doesn't matter. I'm serious. I have not bought shaving cream 10 years, 15 years. Don't need it. I mean, I spooked a friend of mine. I ran into a lady in the supermarket, friend of mine I hadn't seen for a while. And we were just chatting about this and that, and I looked down inside her cart, and then there's the thing of shaving cream in there. She said, I said, oh, you're picking up for your husband. It's like, yeah, I haven't bought one of those in I don't know how long, how many years. And she says, you shave dry? It's like, no, I never shave dry. That's why I don't need the shaving cream. If you're going to shave dry, you use shaving cream. The problem is you're not wet enough. So the ideal thing, for me at least, the ideal thing, you take the hot shower, not a cold shower, hot shower, and get this face in there, and get the skin opening up. You want the pores open, you want it to soften, you want everything, you want it to penetrate. If you're going to do it in a sink without shaving, without showering first, then you need to put plenty of warm water up here. And yes, you can compensate. You don't have time, you're on the road, whatever it is, by good quality shaving cream, that can help an awful lot. But if you get the skin open up properly, you prep the skin properly, then you can take a cartridge, shaver like this and just begin shaving. I cannot recall the last time that I bled. We're probably talking, 18 months, 2 years, maybe 3. I honestly don't remember. It's been that long. And that's shaving without any shaving cream all that time, and much longer than that, as a matter of fact. It's because I prep my face right. That's all you need to do. The thing about, you need the high quality shaving cream. Yeah, well, if you're not prepping the face right, the shaving cream will help. But of course, the big thing is that high quality shaving cream costs money. And so the shaving cream companies obviously are going to tell you, you need better quality shaving cream so we can make more money off of it. But that's not it. It's in the prep. Prep right, shave, you're okay. Now, some people shave in the shower. I'm not a fan of that personally, but if you can do that, great. If that works for you, having the beard like this, I want to be able to see myself in the mirror, and the shower is not the ideal place. So what I do is I shower, I quickly towel off, I get on my mat, looking at my mirror there, get my shaving stuff, start shaving. I have normally about 4 minutes during which I can get this all off, and everything is absolutely fine. There's no irritation, there's no cutting, there's no nothing. It works really, really well. For about 4 minutes, maybe 5. You want to make sure that your blades are sharp. If it's tugging at all, stop. You're using a dull blade. Never use a dull blade to shave. Number one. So don't do that. The other thing is, if it's not prepped well enough, you'll feel the drag. And if you're feeling drag doing it, once again, stop. You're better off putting cream on it at that point, or going back in the shower, or doing whatever you're doing. You got to get that thing open up and softened before you do something like this. The other thing is, you have to adjust your pressure. I mean, if you're used to running with a cartridge sort of thing like this, and you're used to having the lubricant there, and that's what shaving cream is, lubricant. Well, you want a close shave, right? So that means you're trying to get down to the skin, but you just applied lubricant to it. So basically, you are keeping the blade from actually making contact down as far as you want on the skin by putting this lubricant layer in the way. So when you're doing it with shaving cream, you're actually pressing a little bit harder than you need to without the shaving cream. If you do it without shaving cream, go light. Start light and just bring it over. Don't drag it, don't force it, which is actually what most people end up doing if they've got the shaving cream. Don't force it down. Go light-handed until you figure out your own pressure. And if you're going to try this, by all means, do not try it the day of the date, the day of the job interview, the day that you're getting married. Do this ahead of time where you have a chance to adjust and get used to it. Get your recipe right for the way that you're going about it, and it's easy from there. The other thing is, if you're going to stick with the shaving cream, prep better anyway. If you spend the time prepping this, try starting twice as much time on the face as you're doing now. If you've had any problems with, cutting yourself or anything like this, spend more time getting hot water on this face, getting it to soak in, and then go ahead and do those things that you normally do. I believe you will find that the number of nicks and cuts will fall off, the amount of drag will fall off. You won't need to be using super expensive shaving cream or anything else like this. You can get away with a lot less because you really don't need it at all, push comes to shove. So anyway, that's my spiel for the day about shaving. You can do better. You can do better costing less. Once again, not a promo, or I'm not paid for this. Just something I found. If you find something better, put it inside the comments below, please. Share it with everyone else who is coming along, because there's going to be people who want to know. Shaving, frankly, is one of those things that they're making a lot of money off of. I'm not crying for any companies that lose out on their expensive business because we find a cheaper way of doing it. So let's share that information, but also let's prep better. Just save yourself, agony of cutting or embarrassment of having to deal with cuts. No, you don't need any of that. Prep a bit better, good quality blades, fairer price, will all come out ahead. Till next time,